In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to install the G8X clearance kit, which is essentially just these metal grates. The reason why I'm doing this is because I have a 12.5mm spacer in the front, and even with just this spacer alone, it is rubbing that front fins in the fender lining. So this is a very common issue on G8X cars. With any aggressive fitment alterations, you're going to run into this rubbing issue in the front. So we're getting the Has kit put on the car in about 2 days, so I definitely need to go ahead and get this done before we get the car lowered more and it becomes even more of an issue. I really thought I could get away with not rubbing with just a spacer. I knew it was going to be a problem when we lowered the car, but with just a spacer, I thought it was good. Apparently not, because one day I was going to back into a spot and I hear this loud grind as I'm slowly backing up, and I was like, ooh, that doesn't sound good. Because how common this problem is, I immediately knew what it was, and I was like, wow, even with the 12.5mm spacer, it's still an issue. So we're going to take care of that in today's video. I'm going to show you how to do this install the clean way. So it's very weird because just looking at this grate doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue, but when you turn the wheel, you see that it sure enough does rub. And so we basically have to remove all of these 8mm bolts throughout here so we can remove this fender liner to cut out these fins and install the metal grate with screws and a small nut. Alright, so I took out the 13 10mm bolts. Let's see if this will come out now. It's going to be a lot of debris. And we're out. Definitely a good opportunity to clean all this out. There's literally like a stick in here. That's crazy. For this part, a lot of people like to use an electric Dremel, something to burr, cut through these fins. But I'm not going to do that. That's kind of like hacksaw-y. Like it's going to create a lot of mess and more areas where you have to sand down. So I'm just going to use a razor blade just to precisely cut as much off each fin as I can all the way around until they come out. This will take a little bit longer, but I think it'll be a cleaner cut overall. Just like that. There they are. Not too bad of a job. I can clean up down here. So now we take our grate. You'll see it has these like fangs on the one side. So they would go on the back like this. You line it up so that there's full coverage around, so no like spacing. And then you take a drill with a 7/64 drill bit and drill some pilot holes once you have it lined up perfectly. All right, got one done. Not the best fitment, but it's probably my fault. But it's not that big of a deal. As you can see, the bolts I put on this side and then on this side as well. So I found that it was actually easier to do this side first, because this is the complicated side as it's more angled. The small screws don't really want to reach through, so it's kind of hard to thread on the nut, but I was able to get it eventually. Just gotta carefully thread this back in. From my memory, this is the only one that like goes under another piece. The other ones just line up perfectly. All finished up. Here's the final product of the driver's side, at least. Much more clearance. So now let's just get the wheel back on and finish up the other side. I got the metal screen bolted up on the passenger side. So these nuts right here, I was able to use a 5.5mm to grip onto those and tighten those down onto the screws. And for the screws, it's a very small Allen. I don't even know what size, but if you have one, great. If not, just kind of press your finger against the screw and it should be enough force to make it not spin while you try to screw on the nut. So got it on this side as well. Pretty good. I'm content. So now let's just put it back in the car and we're done. All right, so we got the clearance grates installed on the driver's side and passenger side. The job wasn't too bad. It's just these screws are like so tiny, you really have to just not give up and keep trying. But yeah, I was able to get them done in a couple hours, not a big deal. And now we should experience no rubbing, even on stock ride height with a 12.5mm spacer. So let's go test it out. So that is going to wrap it up for this clearance kit install video. As you saw, there are no more rubbing issues, so I'm super happy about that. And I will link the product I found in the description below. It's actually from Amazon and it's only 50 bucks, so it's one of the cheapest options you can source. Hope you guys found this video helpful. Stay tuned for the next video, which will be the HasKit install. And until then, peace.